All right, ladies and gentlemen, all BS aside, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Good job back again once again. Let's lock in. Shout out to the IPA. Skip the introduction. My bad. If there's one thing that I really don't like about a lot of guys that are choosing to travel to these foreign countries now, is the idea that they keep preaching that these women are basically going to throw themselves at you, right? They preach this, man, because you're a foreigner, man, girls are gonna be groveling at your feet, or they're gonna want you. All the girls in the country are gonna want you, man. So, you get your pick of the litter and all that stuff like that. And in reality, that is not actually true. Excuse me. In most situations, yes, you can find you young ladies. You're gonna get looks because you're different, you're foreign, you're unique. That's cool. The looks are there. But you can't be so willing to go for every girl that's throwing that thing at you, right? Because there's always something behind it. Y'all, you know where I'm at, right? But you can't be so quick to go for the girls that are throwing that thing at you because there's always intent behind it. I have never, in the history of my time abroad in any country, had a girl just throw something at me just because she wanted to throw it at me, okay? I can't think of any guy that has ever been with a young lady that threw that thing at him because she just liked him so damn much. Think about what I'm trying to say here. There's always a reason why these young ladies are throwing that thing at you. Trying to trap you because you're the foreigner. You probably got money, probably more than that. She just wants you. Could be a setup. You just never know. But when these guys are selling the fantasy, what tends to happen is because you see this girl giving you hints, trying to give you that vibe to come talk to me, or she even becomes so brazen enough that she comes and talks to you. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, they told me that girls are going to be throwing themselves at me in these foreign countries. So, hey, this is just what they told me was going to happen. So why not see where that thing go? You bring them back to your spot. Probably the worst mistake you can make if you got money laying around, passport and all that stuff, anything of value. Somebody you just met, somebody you really don't know. And you end up getting robbed, scammed, or whatever it may be. And then that becomes the beginning of your origin story, your villain origin story, and then you go on YouTube and all these other social media sites spewing hate and how all Filipinos are the same and all they scammers and this, that, and the other. And history starts to repeat itself, right? You become no different than everybody else that's bitter from getting taken advantage of. And again, to an extent, sometimes it's your fault because you don't do your due diligence, but other times I do blame the guys that preach that narrative, that these women are going to throw themselves at you. You can't be so quick to go for the girl that's throwing that thing at you because I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. It ain't going to end well. You're just going to be excited because it's probably your first piece in a long time. Let's call it for what it is. Or it's your first piece in country, and now all of a sudden you don't know how to act. You don't know what's going on. You just happy to be getting some attention. Maybe you just trying to get your rocks off real quick. I don't know. But what I do know is that shit come with a price. And I can give you a laundry list of things that could potentially happen. But on the rare occasion that something doesn't happen and you just so happen to have that one girl that's just so in love with you that she doesn't want anything in return, I'd still be skeptical of it. But hey, what do I know? Maybe you just got it like that. Maybe you like the Chris Brown or some shit and women just naturally want to throw themselves at you. I don't know. But coming from an average looking dude, call average ugly, I don't give a fuck. I'ma just tell you that's not the norm for your everyday regular dude. And most of us that are traveling at this particular moment in time, not gonna say we all regular, but at the same time, even if you rich and they know you got money, you already know what the reason is why they fucking with you, right? So again, looks aside, money aside, think about the reason why this woman is actually throwing themselves at you or throwing themselves at you. Because deep down inside, you got to know there's something at the end of it. I've never known a woman to talk to a guy just because they just like him. just because, hey, you're cute. I mean, maybe in the States, if you're lucky enough, you might just find that. But overseas, especially in countries, let's call it for what it is, third world countries, where in the greater majority of the country living below the poverty level, unless you get you a rich girl, what are the odds? If you do, congratulations. But you got to think ahead, be precautious, all right? Take caution. Think, man, this girl is really trying hard to get my attention. She's really trying hard to get with me, man. And she's so quick to go for everything that I said. Off Jump Street? Come on, man. Something ain't right with that. You just got to be real with yourself. Something is not right with that. And I just need you to mentally, put that in there so that you understand that, yes, it's a great feeling to have these young ladies that are willing to be open and acquiescent to your whims. My favorite thing to say. But at the same time, why is she open? Why? Bakit in Filipino. Or, I'm sorry, in Tagalog, bakit. Understand that, and I think it'll probably help you down the line. That's all I'm gonna say, ladies and gentlemen. You take that information and do with it what you will. Okay? It's been a good Doc, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go on about your business, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.